Frustrating, a little embarrassed. I think the game plan was pretty spot on. I think we got to take ownership on coming out and performing. I think the first 10, 15 minutes was not good enough. First 20 minutes was not good enough. I think we didn't start the way we should have. I think how you start games is very, very, very important to how it carries on into the first half, second half, or whatever. But I think it was just not good enough.
After that first 15 minutes, though, you looked like you were really taking control through the rest of the first half.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, first 15, 20 minutes was, in my opinion, not good enough. After that, I think we started connecting a few passes. I think we were trying to go a little more, forcing passes that shouldn't have been forced. It was just, and then we got a few corners, but I think we just got to slow it down. First 15 minutes, if a team's coming to our home, we got to put the pressure on them early and fast and get them uncomfortable. And they did that to us. And that's the part that's frustrating.
So this team has gone behind in 9 out of 10 games this season. What do you think is like missing to like start those games on better?
I think it's the mentality. I think the mentality of the first, as soon as you step on to warm up in the games, you have to be ready to go. And I'm not saying that our mentality isn't there. I think Mark has done a good job of getting that mentality and changing the culture. Now it's us to take it on the shoulders and performing and bring it onto the field.
And on a personal level, you did still have like 2 very like good defensive actions that head on to the ball. You got a big tackle in the first half. Does that like mean anything to you, or is it like you lost so you don't really care?
Of course I care because that stops goal scorers. That stops the ball going in the back of the net. But I think obviously those things are important. But in the overall sense of things, I think getting results is very important. And that's why we play these games to win. And we got to get that mentality of winning and being hungry and ruthless.
In the second half, it looked like defensively you tightened up a lot. And I was at the other end of the field, so it was difficult to tell, but it sure looked that way.
Yeah, it felt, which doesn't make sense. It felt like we had a little more control with down a man. I think we were just a little more organized and reading the cues of when to go and when to press rather than going in ones and twos. I think second half we tightened up, and when we saw a bad pass or a backwards pass, everybody was going at the same pace. And I think it's just a collective thing that we gotta make sure that's how we start the game.
Passing gets harder when you're down there.
Definitely. I think there's obviously you have down a man, but if people are still moving, you can create chances. And I think with the corner kicks and a few other things, we could have came back into that game. We felt a lot more comfortable in the second half going for an extra goal. But obviously we didn't get it, and I think that's the beauty of the game. We got a game on Sunday to turn it around.
How do you make sure the team picks itself up for that game with like such a good tournament?
Just going back and making sure we watch film and then make sure we put this behind us and prepare for the next game. Because the game on Sunday is very different from what we played tonight.
Does that kind of help in a way flush this when you have a tough result like this that you get to kind of turn around and get back on the field?
100%. I think, at least for me, when you lose a game like this, you're kind of very up for the next game. You want to get back on the field to make sure to fix what you just happened. So it's exciting to have a game coming up because then we know we can step back on the field and get a result.
What was kind of the message in the locker room? Because you'd just gone a man down right before halftime. So I guess what was the message?
Make sure defensively you stay compact. I think if we stay compact, they're not really going to beat us passing through. And they have good players. They're a good team. They're very organized, but staying compact and reading the proper cues. Because when we did that, they were forcing errors. They were kicking the ball out of bounds, and that's what we should have started with in the beginning.
How did it sound feel?
Well, it's hard. It's tough because you sometimes when that happens, you kind of take the blame on you. But no, it's not the referee. It's on us. I think one of the things we have to learn is those decisions, at the end of the day, are decisions that we make and put on ourselves. So for him, he shouldn't worry about it. I think it's a collective. It's not a one-man game. It's a collective. So all it is just picking him up and be like, hey, just worry about the next game. Obviously, he won't play in the next game, but just being prepared for when he gets back onto the field.